All right, so today I'm going to show you 3 things that FSD 10.69.2 definitely does better than any of the previous versions of FSD Beta. Now, there are a few things that FSD Beta 10.69 seems to do better, but it doesn't necessarily do it better 100% of the time. I'm just focusing on behaviors that are definitely better and they are consistently better. So, the first thing I'm going to show you here is how well FSD Beta 10.69 tends to deal with these traffic calming bollards. So, you'll notice it slows way down and makes lots of micro adjustments as it approaches and then travels through or in between these bollards. But before 10.69, I would typically disengage FSD Beta when these traffic calming bollards were in place, because it really didn't slow down very much while going between them, and sometimes, rarely, but sometimes it would hit the rightward bollard with the side view mirror. Now, the next thing I want to show you is how well FSD Beta 10.69 keeps in its lane when there are no lane markings. In this subdivision, there are lane markings, and you can see it on the display here. So it has no problem here maintaining its lane. But in my neighborhood, we don't actually have lane markings. And so up until 10.69, the car would have a tendency to kind of wander off into the middle of the road. Not driving right down the middle of the road, but definitely somewhat encroaching into the other lane. So as we approach my neighborhood here, you'll see that we have these center lane markings, this yellow line, just for a short time, and then we lose them, as you can see here in the visualization. But nonetheless, now the car keeps in its lane. It does a better job of calculating, I suppose, how wide the road is, and then theoretically dividing that road into 2 lanes. Now, previously, it would definitely lean towards the center of the road. I'm really feeling like we're too close to the center of the road right there. It does tend to get over once it sees a stop sign, and I think more importantly, the white line in front of the stop sign helps to delineate one lane from the other. But there's no doubt that we're a little bit over the middle of the road right now. And that only happens when there's no lane markings. 200 meters, turn right. You wouldn't drive right, down the dead middle of the road, but it would hang over the middle of the road a little bit. And so where that became an issue is when a car would be coming towards us like this car is. Yes, it would get over as the car passed us, but in the moments that the car was approaching us, it wouldn't tend to get over, and so it would give the other car, the oncoming traffic like this car, it would give that car the impression that we were kind of playing chicken with it, and it would only get over at the last moment. Well, now, as you can see, look at this visualization here, really good example. It sticks to our lane. It calculates what portion of this unmarked road belongs to us and what portion should belong to the oncoming traffic, and it sticks to our side of the road. So I'm really happy with that improvement. It sticks in our lane 100% of the time. That is a definite improvement, and I really appreciate it. Now I'm going to turn around here so I can show you one other interesting behavior that the car definitely does better than it used to. It is yet another improvement that allows me to keep FSD Beta engaged. All right, so what I'm talking about here is coming off of a road that has a certain speed limit. This road has a speed limit of 60 kilometers an hour. We're driving the speed limit. We're traveling 60 kilometers an hour, but we're turning onto a road that has a 40 kilometer an hour speed limit. All right, so in the past, we would drive this section of road very quickly and only slow down once it passed this 40 kilometer an hour speed limit sign. Let's take a look at one example I found of how it used to turn this corner. It waits till the last second, so let's see how it handles it here. Here we go. This lane's coming to an end. Why not just get over? So as you can see, I'll replay that clip, but this time I will zoom in on the speedometer, and you can see that in a very short period of time, it actually exceeds the speed limit of this road, dropping its speed to the speed limit only after it crosses the speed limit sign. Now, it seems to be aware that this road is a 40 kilometer an hour zone, and so it doesn't ramp up its speed. So there you go. Those are 3 definite improvements that I am enjoying in 10.69.2. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.